Are you feeling wired and tired at night, or just waking up in the middle of the night without any idea why? Let me first say I know how frustrating this can be. Night after night, worrying, thinking maybe something's just broken. After working with hundreds of people with their sleep, I can say confidently that that is not the case. But one common concern people often come to me with is high cortisol. So today I want to talk about this. What cortisol really does for the body and why it matters for sleep, what happens when this hormone gets out of balance, and most importantly, proven strategies to calm your system and reduce cortisol naturally so you can finally rest. I'm Daniel, and I'm a sleep coach who's helped hundreds of people heal their sleep after going through 10 years of hell myself with it. I'm also the founder of the Healing Sleep at its Root community with over 1,300 people who I help heal their sleep from the foundation, from the root. So if you're ready to understand your insomnia and find ways to heal it, you're in the right place. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone, but it's also essential for daily life. It's produced by the adrenal glands and coordinates your body's responses. It gives you energy, focus, boosts to meet life's challenges. So cortisol runs on a 24-hour circadian rhythm, right? You may have heard that term before, managed by your brain's central clock. It rises in the early morning and helps you wake up and feel alert. And gradually, in a healthy individual, it declines throughout the day, ideally reaching its lowest point at bedtime. When this rhythm is steady, you feel awake in the morning and relaxed, and then ready for restorative sleep at night. But what happens when cortisol gets out of sync? For many people, the peaks show up at the wrong time, maybe high at night or surging in those early morning hours. Suddenly, you're alert at midnight or wide awake at 2 a.m., even when there's no real threat. So why is this? A few common triggers: lifestyle factors. This is a big one. Too much caffeine, too late, sugar spikes and crashes, heavy workouts in the evening, not moving enough. All these signal to your body to stay watchful, not restful. Now, the most common one I see is chronic stress and emotional overload. If you spend your days rushing, solving problems, holding on to grief or anxiety, your nervous system learns to stay in that survival mode. You never really learn to release the tension. So when you lie down at night, the stress response keeps going. Now, a sneaky one is living out of alignment. What? What is this? If you're always busy, striving for perfection, or pushing towards goals that don't actually feel true to you, your system picks up on the disconnect. This internal disharmony fuels stress and keeps both your mind and body wired. So these stressors can teach your nervous system rest isn't safe, and cortisol remains elevated even when the day is over and you desperately want sleep. So I want to touch on how high cortisol actually affects sleep. So when cortisol is high at night, it suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. So instead of sinking into deep, slow-wave sleep, your body hovers in these lighter sleep phases. You feel restless, tossing and turning, or wake up repeatedly with racing thoughts. High nighttime cortisol not only blocks restful sleep, but the loss of the deep sleep further disrupts the stress system, causing even more cortisol to be released the next night. It's a vicious cycle. This isn't a weakness. It's your body's survival instinct doing its job a little too well. So the most important thing here, how do we help the body return to balance? Let's talk about some real ways to do this that are grounded in science. First off, following basic sleep hygiene protocols can be a great first step, especially that morning light exposure. Getting out within 30 minutes of waking. So sunlight is a key signal to your central clock. It helps cortisol peak in the morning and then drop at night. And this may not solve the whole issue, but it's likely that it's contributing. And if you aren't getting morning sunlight and getting too much artificial late at night, this is one to really consider. Now, the big one is slowing down in the evening. If we're constantly going until we go to bed, we haven't had time to process or signal to the body that being slow and resting is actually okay. Shift down gradually, right? Dim the lights, avoid screens, give yourself permission to let go. And swap stimulation for gentle stretches, reading, calm conversation, right? Avoid striving for productivity, perfection after dark. Your body needs downtime to feel safe. And honestly, it's sometimes leaning into that boredom to let what needs to be processed process. And you are here to give your body that permission. So think about it in those terms. You are here to give your body that permission that it's safe, it's okay, and it's healthy to be easy and soft at night. Now, maybe the biggest one I work with people on is facing and feeling through your stressors. Taking time to process through the feelings, the emotions that are there, and maybe journaling through to allow you to move through the stressors, through them. If you are stuck in that constant state of stress, it's no wonder that your body doesn't feel safe enough to let go and sleep through the night. You have to have your own back and meet your emotions and stressors. Feel them, be with them, because if you face them or not, they will always be there. Another great way to support this is to take mindful breaks during the day. Don't wait for stress to pile up. Practice taking small pauses and intentional breaths regularly between meetings, after tough conversations, while commuting. And again, we are checking in through the day to not let our stressors build up, and also to just check in our nervous system, to almost do a workout of the nervous system. So a couple more practical ones that can have a big effect is supporting your nutrition, right? Keeping blood sugar steady with balanced meals, avoiding sugar, alcohol, and caffeine, especially keeping it to before the early afternoon. These choices certainly can prevent nighttime spikes in the stress hormone. Also, daily movement. So I really encourage people to move their body every day, but keep high intensity workouts in the morning and afternoons. And at night, opt for these easy walks or restorative yoga. And more than anything, listen to your body and how it wants to move that day. Is it an easy day, or would it like to engage in something more intense? So with all these shifts, you're teaching your body that it's safe. And you're allowing cortisol to fall and sleep to return. Remember, cortisol is not your enemy. It keeps you alive and responsive. But when everyday life flips its rhythm, you can get stuck in that survival mode with restless nights. So healing sleep means retraining your system to feel truly safe here, and making small, consistent changes lets your body naturally reclaim that rest and restorative sleep.